They completely soaked the sandwich in sauce.
Yo!
Meerkat Mall.
Yo!
Juicy, tangy, moist, gourmet level burger.
That's robust!
Safe to swallow. Juicy, tangy, moist
Cheeseburger!
Get it all over my face. Gourmet level burger. Tangy zip, whirl, moist
Burger.
Yummy and
Robust!
yo! I have gout. Gout is a disease that makes my acid levels much higher than most people's. And so if I eat certain foods, my acid level elevates, skyrockets, and then I get all giant swelling and incredible pain in my joints. So I'm gonna eat this burger live with you today and share what I think about it. I'm sure people are gonna be asking me questions about it.
Yo!
Juicy, tangy, moist, gourmet level, timed release of flavors. Burger.
That's robust!
Juicy, tangy, moist burger. Get it all over my face. Gourmet level burger. Tangy, whirl, moist
Burger.
yo. Gout, 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 gout.
Cheeseburger!
My hand is completely covered in sauce.
You know what? I'm the king of hate, Phil. I don't care about your career. I don't care about your history on YouTube. I don't give a fuck about what you've done, except all the scams you pulled on your audience. I do care about that. Except all the, oh, beg me, please this, please give me money for this, please help my working toilet, please, oh. Nobody believes that fucking bullshit. You fucking lying sack of shit. And you want to go at me? I really think that's a mistake. I have dedicated myself now to taking you out fully. I'm going to fuck you up bad. I would retreat now if I were you, because the things you have suffered at the hands of your detractors are minuscule compared to what the fuck I'm about to do to you.
That being said,
Hello. This is Phil Burnell. All right. And just wanted to tell you that I love the podcast. That being said, big ups. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, relaxing, chill, interactive, fun. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, one of my mannerisms. Relaxing, chill, interactive, fun. A.L. Team Insider, the legend. Fantastic Mr. Sam, the dentist. Speak to the dead. Psychological style host. Meerkat. Artistic style host. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, which vest is podcast best?
If there was ever meaningful content, it's being produced right here on That Being Said.
Oh my God. Hilarious. There we are. How's it going, everybody? Hope you are doing well out there today. It is time, Friday style. That being said, in the house with me today, Meerkat. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Let's get right into the news.
Are you excited about your Ghibli depiction there on the right, if you could see on your screen? I think you look pretty hype.
Well, I kind of hate all of these, to be honest. It's all it's very corny and soulless. I don't really like it, but I think the AI does a good job, and I understand why people like it because it looks cool to fuck around and make DSP look like a actual likable person or character.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
yes, this is a one-time style thing, guys. It's just a funny, silly thing we did. Okay, Steve of the Dead in the house. Hello, how you feeling, my friend?
I'm also good, but like Meerkat, I also don't like this stuff on like a basic moral level.
Good.
Then again, you know, AI is a tool, and you do with it what you will. You know, it's not a replacement for creativity, but it can enhance things.
You guys are tempting.
It does a good job.
You guys are tempting me to keep using it longer, but I won't. I won't. Anyways, what's up, everybody? We are here, and it is time for a Friday Style Show. Going through what happened here. Now, I think it's time for business style announcements, though, Meerkat. Can we do any business style announcements today?
Let's get to them tomorrow, so I can make the graphic ready with everything, and we can just straight up post it official style. I can give everybody the rules right now.
Yes,
if you want.
Please.
It's the same as every year, so this is King of the Ring 3. If you can fucking believe it, we did 3 song competitions in a row every year, which is insane. Anyways, 2025, the due date is May the 1st, because, of course, it is. Your song should last about as much as DSP, which is 90 seconds. AI is fine, but AI and AI-generated songs are going to be in a separate category. So
okay, hold on, Meerkat. I'm gonna stop you right there because your mic is both peaking and too low. So can we got to do something here? I don't know what's going on. Explain to people what's going on here.
I don't know. I thought it sounds fine.
It is clipping. Yeah, it's a bit. You're like clipping every time, but you're kind of low, but also clipping. So it's like a double deal, double problem.
Yeah, I fucked it up. I have an excuse for this, but I'll just try and fix it instead.
Yes. Okay. Please.
It's your excuse that you're trying to keep like the sound of the birds filtered.
Yes, that's very important.
Also, yeah, this should be good now.
Okay, go ahead. Back to what you're doing, please. Please, go ahead.
Right. So AI is fine. Is going to be in a separate category. We're going to choose the top 3 and play them during the actual King thing, and we're going to vote for it. And you can do so just like with our previous one. You can include any lolcow, anything you want. But, you know, if it's more obscure, more people are just not going to get it. So, you know, just do your thing. I don't know. Yes. I'm not going to hold your hand. I'm not your daddy.
Yes.
But yes, tomorrow we're going to get the graphic ready. I'm going to publish it everywhere, and everyone is going to know what I just rambled about incoherently.
There you go. And use Fleshlight. Great name, by the way, use Fleshlight. Don't use those, actually. Use Fleshlight's asking, can only one song per person? Yes, but we're talking about, we are going to do an AI category maybe. So you could do one real and one AI. That would be fine, I think, right? Meerkat Commissioner? I think that's fine.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sounds
but don't
good.
go crazy with 10 songs.
Yeah, I mean, I always appreciate people liking to make stuff for us and us playing them. So if you have the desire to make more, then we're just going to play it. It's
there
cool,
you go. There, sounds good to me, dude. Okay, so business style announcements are out of the way. Big ups to Ryan is too conceited, who says shout outs to the detractors. God bless y'all. God bless you. Have you seen the video I put on Twitter of the guy, the pastor that said close the doors? We need to get some more donations. That's very funny.
And no, he said the thing. He said the YouTuber thing. There are 1,000 people here. Yeah. And the moment he said it, I knew where that was going. Is the Patreon thing.
So there we go. We got real style, service style. Vince Phillips' Korean or different life, I think. You know what I mean? Big Free Ice Cream says 90 seconds is too generous if Andy shows off his abs. Definitely. We got a lot of stuff to get to today. I got so many. Tomorrow we're going to do the silly stuff like all the DSPs in the wilds, messages maybe. All that stuff's going to be on. I got so many DSP messages in the wild. It's insane. People keep sending it. But we'll do all that tomorrow. Let's get to the kind of, recap style show today. So we're going to start today with just a general overview of what's happening. So we're not going to get to last night, but did either of you gentlemen see last night? Did you want to?
Yes.
Steve of the Dead says no. Meerkat, did you?
I did, dude. I tried. I'm gonna be honest. I watched the first like 15 minutes, and then it was so pathetic and despicable and lame. I felt pathetic by watching it, you know. And I usually feel pathetic enough, and this time it was an outlier. It was something much worse than usual. So I'm like, no, I'll just go and make a sandwich or something, or wash my hands or something, just anything. So yeah, my quick recap of what I saw.
Yes, please.
Is the show starts, DSP immediately goes into that he kicked out his former host. Ethan Ralph immediately goes into hating on Ashton.
Yes.
And it's clear what is going on here. Phil had Ethan on just so they can spite Triple P. This is not about wrestling. And this show was never really about wrestling, if we're going to be honest.
Yes.
And that was it. I don't know if it got better later on. I've heard some, not heard. I saw some people tweeting out that every time Ethan tried to talk about women, Phil was talking over him. So yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about the future of Smark guys, or as the logo says, Smark's guys. I guess.
Yes, very hype logo on that one. So I do have, I mean, we got some clips from last night. I guess fuck chronological order. Let's go through last night since we're talking about it. So there was one clip that I thought was interesting that I saw. Everything else was bad, but they did, of course, take this opportunity to get felt the Kino Casino's assholes. So this is when they tried to do that, and I think it was, I mean, it's not good, but let's try it.
I think he's a scumbag, and he always has been a scumbag. His whole career is built off a lie off me getting him kicked out of his church, which never happened, by the way.
He's admitted that never happened. So, like, I have a personal grudge. Like, I don't want to sit here and lie in front. So, you know, when I saw the position was open because 800-pound Ashton Parks can't even walk further than 20 feet at a distance.
Remember, this is all DSP not wanting to do drama anymore, so this is good. This is pretty cool. Good start.
The way the gun said the position was open, as if he was applying for an interview at some company and not some bottom barrel lol cow shitty wrestling show.
And he was really angry when you cut him off. And so, you know, he was born in 1996.
Yes.
I was born in 1985. I hate to give my age away, but I lived through the Attitude Era, through the great times of wrestling.
Okay, get over this.
I know.
He's younger than me. Holy shit.
Uh-oh. See, Steve's the old one, motherfuckers.
So I thought, maybe this is my ego, I don't know, that I would be a good fill-in for him.
The problem with the situation was that they were actually trying to control me and turn me into something that they knew I didn't want to be. Told them time and again, I'll be a part of your show.
This is not true. I've showed enough of these fucking DMs just so you know this is insanely not true. DSP was many times requesting things to do, including the Ghostbusters idea, which I think we showed on the show, so I'm not going to play that again. But his idea was getting a what is that called? A KVE reader, whatever the fuck it is. PKE reader to do fucking lol cow sensors or whatever. And he kept talking to Ashton about this idea, and Ashton kept ignoring. I told Andy about the idea too, if you guys are into it. No. But yes, he didn't want to do any
the
drama.
old costume from 9 years ago. It'll fit.
Yeah,
We can do some
the
drama.
moment I found out this guy was in it specifically to use them to benefit himself is when I read that one message that says, let's fabricate some drama. Oh,
Yes.
you guys, I don't know what drama we can fabricate, like some fake drama. And then Ashton says, yeah, but not something stupid like lying about cancer.
It's like right back at him, yeah.
And they did talk about it on Kino Casino a couple days ago because they reacted to DSP clips. I don't know if we're going to see many of those clips today because then we would just have to watch the whole segment because they are completely on his ass.
Yes.
But effectively, Ashton said it pretty straightforward what actually happened. He wanted to use them for clout, money, and to be his attack dogs so they can go after Duty and Tevin. Or as he said, Kevin.
Kevin, yeah.
Kevin. Shout out to Kevin.
Yeah. And maybe there's a little bit of a homosexual element with DSP being an elderly man with like attachment issues and wanting to see Andy's body. There's something
Okay,
there.
yeah, we get to that. Okay, I do have some of that because the Kino Casino did a great segment. Let's get through this first. We got a lot of stuff to show, but there is a lot of weirdness going on, and Philip has now rewritten the whole tale of what happened now. It is unbelievable. All right, let's get through the boring shit first. All right, so let's get through this.
Drama, but I don't want that to be the end all be all of who
This
I
is a
am.
lie.
I've been doing this for 17 years. I have a fan base of thousands of people who like me for gaming, for podcasting, for chill vibes, not because I'm some hateful guy who's, arguing with people constantly on the internet. They didn't want to hear that because all they know how to do is make drama.
Yes.
So when I basically said enough is enough, no more drama, they didn't like that. And that was the end of it because I decided to end it. So...
Okay, so just to recap, Philip said because he didn't want to do any more drama is the reason he ended it. So this is a retcon of a retcon. So it's not because he planned this snaking at the end. It's now because they got too much about drama and he said he didn't want to do anymore. Not about Kat being called fat anymore either. Am I missing anything? Just want to be clear. All right, well, that's the news story we got to stick with now. Okay.
Yeah, I do think that's why it blew up the way it did. But as you've seen in my content, I really don't care about those guys.
Right.
I'm not watching their stuff. I don't even know what they're saying or doing in regards to how to get shit.
Not watching anymore.
Yeah, the fact that you have to specify suggests the opposite.
Yeah.
And so, of it is, fuck this guy, right? But like, not you, him. But the other part is, no, I actually am kind of built for this, right? And so...
I'm built. I have a very special set of skills. I'm built for this.
Yeah.
And I hear his takes, and I didn't listen to a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm built
but
different.
Like,
there
what
you
I
go.
did hear just sounded like a fat, overgrown baby who doesn't understand the business whatsoever and never drew a dime.
We start with Ice Mexican, $5 super chat.
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why is it okay to use Phil's platform to attack someone for being fat, but we can't say anything about Kat, and that's very hurtful and offensive.
It's very weird. I'm not sure. It's also really weird to say we don't want to do drama anymore. And the reason we stopped doing shit with Kino Casino is because they wanted to do drama. And now it seems like we're doing a lot of drama. It's very strange. I don't know what's going on here.
I think it's okay if you are a person of calories.
Yes.
And I think even Ralph does count as one of them.
Well, I know Ralph's lost a lot of weight and stuff through his years, but I mean, is he not a person of calories? I don't know. Who knows? But
Well,
anyway.
for a minority, they are pretty major, so they should not be underestimated.
The starfish sent his regards, Suffa. I don't know what that means. I apologize.
I do not know what that means. Chocolate starfish, no idea. Okay.
I'm going to have so many things I don't understand what the hell people are
I can
talking about
explain. Do
tonight.
you want to explain to you
Yeah,
what that
here we go.
means?
Here we go.
If
This
you
is what I
know
wanna
what it
play for.
means, sure. I hope it's not
It
insulting
means
to you.
that Ashton Parks, who weighs 800 pounds and can only walk 20 feet at a time, he spread his butthole, I'll say, since we're
great.
on YouTube. He spread his butthole.
Thank you. Thanks for cleaning that up.
Live New Year's 2018, he spread his butthole on a site called stream.me. Some of the new people might not know this, but he did that. I'm not sure why he did that, but
Any
he
comment,
did
Philip?
do that, and the picture is out there. He spread his butthole, and then he got mad because I wouldn't have him as part of my show, and then he lied and said, this is true, by the way, Phil. I'm not making this up.
I believe you. I believe you.
He said that I got him kicked out of his church because I reported him to his church for spreading his butthole
This is a gifted sub to Ethan Ralph's Wonky Eye.
on air, which I didn't do.
Looks like they have their own kick names.
And if you actually
and I got some good kick names ready for you too.
know where his church is, which I do, it's actually just like one of his family members' houses. So it's not even a real church. Like the church is not even real in the first place. So like, I mean, it's a church, quote unquote, right?
Okay.
I mean,
anyways, you get the point. This is like this, guys. This is what it was. It's not much entertainment here. The funny part is that Philip is now scrambling so much that he turned to Ethan Ralph to keep this wrestling show going in hopes of changing the narrative. You know what I mean? Of not being the total loser of an interaction with people online. Now we have reaching out to Ethan Ralph. Well, excuse me, Ethan Ralph reached out to him. Apparently, they did talk about wrestling, Sukasa, right? I mean, I didn't see any of this, but they did talk about wrestling a lot. That's why everyone said it was fucking boring. I know a lot of restreamers just tapped out because it was so fucking boring. But yeah, go ahead.
Those shows, usually the good ones, they do a little bit more than saying what happened on the screen, but wrong. Or at least, usually when they do that, at least when they're like correct most of the time. And with DSP, is just like, it's almost an artistic interpretation of what happened. It's just like, it's something that he saw completely differently from everybody else. And in its own way, it's interesting to actually observe it and witness it. But if you're there for a wrestling show and not a lolcow show, you should probably go away.
Also, remember, next week and the next week after that, there's going to be different guests on. Those are theorized to be Mersch and Beardson, I believe. But Philip did say on his show, people are guessing these, and they are wrong. So that's what he said. That doesn't mean it isn't them, but it could be them, blah, blah, blah. There we go. And Philip, they got a lot of money, so of course it's going to be a success, and Ralph is definitely going to be back. So there we go. Ludwig Warlorder put together a great compilation of all the times Philip was told about Ethan Ralph or talked about Ethan Ralph. And it's funny because he said people rattled off all the things that Ethan Ralph did, all the horrible stuff he's done. And Philip then later would say, like, I don't know anything about this guy. I know nothing what he done. And it's like,
just about to say, literally right there, he's like,
yes,
don't know anything about this.
Yes.
I know nothing about this. And then doing that nervous laugh that he does when he's like clearly uncomfortable, but doesn't want to show that he's uncomfortable. Just wants to move on quickly. Yeah.
So he's going to keep it going for sure. And I'm sure Ethan Ralph's going to be the one that comes back because people like to see lolcows interacting. And isn't it funny? Isn't it funny that we're creating our own little mini lolcow live, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Because this is what it fucking is.
Guys, I want to ask you something. I've been contemplating something, but I haven't been exactly sure. So I didn't say it because I was thinking it would be a stupid take.
Go ahead.
But if I think about it, in the larger landscape of the internet, I think Ethan Ralph has genuinely created more meaningful and entertaining content with a better legacy than Darkside Phil. Because some of those old... Listen. Let me make my case. Some of those old Bloodsports kill streams are entertaining to this day. And it's fun to go back and see what happened to those characters that were there and where their own paths went. We got the Boulder Matt segment.
Yep.
And in the way that content was intended, it worked and it was good. And DSP's content in the way that it's intended, it is absolute garbage. And it pretty much has always been. And it only has value if you watch it ironically or you watch it to make fun of it. So that's my case. What about you guys? What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Steve. Good.
Well, it's rare to find people that don't. I think most people will have provided more like intentional entertainment. Like they've tried to be entertaining and succeeded. They've tried to be funny and succeeded. Unlike Phil, who is like unintentionally entertaining, you have to get the entertainment from him and the things he does. But most other people set out to be entertaining and over the course of their career provide that at some points.
Yes.
So I feel like most people are going to be more entertaining than Phil and have a better legacy than Phil by default.
So Steve is saying you're right, Meerkat, but that's like goes without saying, basically.
Well, I mean, but because like considering that, I think pretty much everybody can agree Ethan Ralph is a bad person and pretty much worse than Phil in many, many ways. Comparing their YouTube legacies or content legacies is like an interesting topic.
Yes. He used to, that's what Pescatori said what I was going to say. Like, he tried, right? There is a history of Ethan Ralph putting effort into his content, right? I mean, that's just a fact.
He knew what his content was.
Yeah.
And for what it was the best.
Yes.
Like, you got the best blood sports, you got the best scandals and people yelling at each other and funny clips and moments happening there.
Yes. He knew what he was, and he put work into being that thing, not sitting in front of playing the whatever game is out and then bitching about everything that ever happens ever, right? So Anyways, moving forward positively here. Big ups to Free Ice Cream says, Free Ice Cream says 90 seconds too generous for Santa shows his abs. Big ups. Tony T says 2 things. Didn't know that he was younger than me. Damn, I look good. Oh, and second, Ralph definitely viewbotted the show in order to secure the position. That is true. I did see that they had like 1,000 viewers or something, which is, not going to happen in a normal DSP wrestling stream, guys. You know what I'm saying? So, there you go. But that doesn't mean he did it, by the way.
There was a pay pig.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. There was a pay pig so stupid. This is only a DSP pay pig can be this dumb.
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
That guy sent $100 super chat to Raw Phil, thinking it's DSP. And then he sent DSP $100.
So 100 to Raw Phil and 100 to DSP. Amazing. And people are saying that's a Ralph pay pig, actually, but who the fuck knows? I mean, who knows anyways. It was actually 40,000 viewers, Meerkat. 40,000 viewers.
40,000.
What?
Yes.
On Smark, guys?
Yes, very organic and real. 40,000 viewers, not real, please. Matt Ice says that this Smart Guys was so bad, but at least we had a dent accidentally give Raw Phil $100. P.S. You can't run from justice. ALT's pandas, peaches rise up. Okay, well.
Peaches in chat.
No, whatever. Silence Dies says, this was DSP doing The Bachelor, and Ralph is boyfriend material now. Ralph is in the lead with scat and butthole humor, plus the money was good. Yeah. We go to the talking head shot. Well, he did have a lot of scat humor, which I really appreciated. He's not the cutest guy, but his scat humor I really liked. That'd be funny. Aid Robertson houses big ups, gents, and chat. Big ups, Aid Robertson and Becca, you're legends. Jordan Fadeaway says, Ralph is built like Rosie O'Donnell with a buzz cut. Do you guys get that reference, Rosie O'Donnell? You know her? Is she famous enough for...
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. No, that's not Roseanne.
No,
Rosie
yeah.
Rosie O'Donnell was a talk show host. She also was in a few movies. She was a commentator in America in like the 90s. We're talking about here.
Oh, yeah. I know the one you mean. Yeah.
I wasn't alive yet, but there we go. Vike says, Meerkat is a person of cigarettes.
No, I haven't smoked a cigarette in months.
Felted.
So you just got debunked. I'm a
Now
person
what?
of vapes. Even the gayer option for me, please.
Model Bird says there is a new Steve video out. I will put the link in chat when I get a chance. But there's a new one in the works, according to Model Bird, who says, "Rest in peace, 2014 House Tour Part 5, 37 seconds. Judgment Day is coming." There we go. Big ups, Model Bird.
Did you see that chat then?
Nibbity says, "Rise up, Ralph Maniacs. Yesterday's show was so interesting. Big ups, all. Big ups, Nibbity. You're a legend. Big ups, Midnight Memes." Okay, so can we move on from the Ralph shit? I'm ready to move on if you guys are. It's dumb. It's not that cool.
Yeah. They're probably if you're gonna go and scavenge for clips, you could find something that is interesting. It's kind of like a DSP reacts. Those that he did on a Saturday and Sunday. Those like DSP versus the internet.
You don't. Oh, I see. Nibbity did the J. Okay, so sorry. Rise up, Ralph Manic. Yesterday's show was so interesting. J. That was Chew's request to know when you're telling a joke to put a J in your message. So that's Nibbity responding to Chew's request. Chew came on the show this week on WPIG, and it was a lot of fun as usual. You know what that means. Got a lot of stuff to deal with. Anyways, let's go. Let's go to earlier in the week. Okay, earlier in the week. Now, if you haven't noticed, Kick support has been massively down, as you might expect. So, how do we deal with that? Well, we gotta start coping. And how do we cope? Well, stay tuned to find out. This is our cope we're rolling with here in the Kick side of things.
A huge drop-off in support on Kick now that basically all the and he's going to come to me for a steak deal considering I don't even get 100 viewers on a stream. And we're seeing a huge drop-off in support on
Yeah, someone said, would you do a steak deal? And then he's coping about that. So we're coping about that. And that kicks off a whole other thing, though. So
now that basically all the Kino Casino viewers are gone.
What?
So I'm not getting much support anymore via Kick. It kind of sucks. I was getting a lot of support via Kick.
Yeah.
Now it looks like it's going to go away, which stinks.
I did nothing wrong. I did everything correct.
But there's not much I can do about that, right? Why do I think support?
This is memeology video, by the way.
On Kick is dropping because most of the people who were watching me on Kick were Kino Casino viewers. And since essentially they decided to snake me.
Okay, well, that's the first edition of retconning. This is not the first time he said this, by the way, but now we are totally into they snaked me, and I'm sorry, please indulge me just for 10 seconds.
To explain to you how over the last 8 months and the last couple of years, all of my planning has finally come to fruition. I robbed Kino Casino.
Okay, yep. Anyways, back to it.
Right? Well, then the viewers are going to go with them. You know, there's very few people who are watching Kino Casino that have stick around. Most of them have now left, and those who are supporting have stopped. And I think that's sad because the other day someone said to me, Phil,
this is so fun. I love this. He's trying to get them back, like trying to win them back, you know, the guys that left, but like it's so cringy.
Supporting have stopped. And I think that's sad because the other day someone said to me, Phil, will you hold it against us if we still watch Kino Casino and support them, but we also want to come and watch you? And I said,
who would ask that but fucking tangy, savory seasonings real? Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Phil. Hey, listen, Meerkat, is it okay if I watch your streams and I also watch Steve of the Dead streams? Like, is that okay? Who's saying that, man? Come on.
No. So outside of this stream, I really don't care what you guys do.
Oh, well, that's for sure.
Thanks, Derek.
I really don't.
Memeology's a legend, man.
If you're going to go watch Detractors, if you're going to go watch someone else, I don't give a crap. Just don't bring it into my content. As long as you don't bring it to my streams, the toxicity or whatever.
Oh, yeah, whatever. That's a big whatever. You know what I mean?
We're good. All right? So just leave it at that.
Uh-huh.
And I think what's happened is, so those are like, okay, well, that's cool. Phil's not going to hold us against us. So a lot of people have continued to support the casino, and then they come here and still watch. But I think those people, quite frankly, are afraid to support my content. I'm being honest. I think that...
Afraid to support his content?
They think that if they support me and the casino, that this is going to cause some kind of drama.
Drama. Shut the fuck up. If you're not here for the game, leave.
And so therefore, you know, they're going to choose the casino because the casino's bigger than me.
Oh, shoot.
There's nothing I can do about that.
Uh-huh.
All right? There's nothing I can do about it. All I can do is continue to grind away, make good content, and try to build my channel, you know, further. Get genuine viewers who are here to watch me rather than, oh, I only checked it out as a favor to the casino.
Yes.
You know? Yeah, see, that's the truth. I don't care if people stay in the middle. If there's people who are like, I don't care either way, I like both. I like the casino, I like Phil. I'm okay with that. I don't give a crap.
That's got to be like one person at this point.
Yes, legitimately, we're talking about like Dumpy Koala and no one else or something, you know?
Am I tripping, or it's actually stupid to be in the middle? Like, what do you mean it's okay? They're making fun of you and calling you names. And you want people that like them making fun of you and calling you names to also like you unironically and give you money? What are you, fucking crazy?
You have to, there's like Dr. Alexis or whatever that thought the funniest joke ever was doing a $220 donation. Like, that's it. That's the level we're dealing with, the people that will like both. You know what I mean? And even he's gone now because Kino Casino told him to stop. And of course he's doing whatever they fucking say. So he stopped. Now, I mean, there's no one left now.
But also, like, if this was your grand plan all along and you had, like, committed this, like, incredible felting of them, wouldn't you be like, yeah, sure, go and throw them a pittance, you know, see if I care, them fucking losers.
Yeah.
You know, you feel free. They probably need your help after the snakening I've committed upon them, you know. You'd be gloating, you'd be celebrating.
It's really bitch behavior. Yeah, it's really bitch behavior right here to say, like, you know, oh, yeah, I know everyone's going to choose them. Everyone likes them more than me anyway. Like, you want to stand up for yourself a little bit and say, like, what's good about you and not them, you know? He's just saying accepting it. Like, yep, well, they're going to choose them, obviously. I can't compete with them. They're awesome. That's what he's basically saying, you know?
These people that's like, you must select sides and it has to be black or white, this one or that one. If you like both, go for it. Watch both. Support both. I'm happy for that. I really am. But sadly, what's happened is these people are simps. A lot of these people are simps. They want to simp for the big boys. They want to simp for the big dogs, you know? And here's the other thing that I should say, because it's kind of funny, all right? So, I'm going to say this and just get it out of the way.
Yes, this is out of nowhere, by the way. Remember, this is all out of nowhere. Strap in, boys. We're going to get this out of the fucking way. I don't want to see any fucking simps around here.
And I'm going to move on my merry way because I don't want to hang on this all day. All right?
Oh, he will hang on this multiple days after this. Go ahead, though.
All right, but here we go. You ready?
Please.
Or drama video makers, which I'm not. I'm not going to do just constant drama video. I like playing games and having fun with them and sharing those raw experiences with you guys and gals.
Yep.
Did you know
50 videos about his tax problems? But yes, go ahead.
There's something about the difference between the work ethic of myself and Kino Casino. Did you ever notice the big difference?
Oh my God. What is this?
That I'm here 6 days a week streaming full time, busting my ass, putting out content constantly for an audience. And they stream 3 times a week, not even a full day.
You know what? You know what they said about this?
Yeah,
Why is this guy?
I got it ready.
That's a great one.
Okay, I got that ready for you here. So this is, I think. Well, here let's get to one point in this raw from Phil, and then we're gonna get to the Kino part.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah.
And then they take tons of time off, and then they're constantly on vacation, and then they cancel shows, and then they're late. Do you ever notice that?
Yeah.
God, how dare they have vacations?
Calling them late, by the way, is extremely funny.
Sure. What the fuck?
Do you want to know why that is? Because you guys simp for them. That's why. Because you simp for the casino, you enable them.
Go ahead.
To have that kind of shitty work ethic.
Shitty work ethic.
You understand? If you didn't simp for them every stream and throw them thousands of dollars for simply turning the stream on, they would have to work.
But you're right. It's an element of jealousy, which I've said all over the years. It's always been an element of jealousy.
And they would have to work more, and they would have to work harder, and they would have to have better events rather than just the same old shtick. They would actually have to innovate.
Yeah, he said that. He said that.
He said that. They would have better events.
Tricking you.
Better events. Yeah, they could eat. They don't even eat food for you.
Just doing the same thing every time they turn on their fucking streams. Do you get it? They'd have to work more than 3 times a week. Wow, what a novel concept. You'd get more content if you didn't simp out as much. Me, I bust my ass because I'm the blue collar dude.
Yeah.
Who never had giant popularity. I always was the under.
He did have giant popularity, 11 million views per month at the peak. Yes. Go ahead, Meerkat.
This guy made millions of dollars off YouTube and Twitch just sitting there and spamming videos. What are you talking about?
Yes, he did have massive popularity.
You showed it on the graph that you made.
The
graphic of like his views over time. His peak Skyrim, 15 million views.
Yep. And it went straight down from there because he just thought it was going to last forever. And he said in the DMs about too, he gave Triple P that same talk about how Be Awesome won and those copyright strikes took 40% of my income. That's not true at all. But anyway.
Underdog on YouTube. I always did things differently. I didn't get the sponsorships. I didn't get the ball suckers. I didn't get any of that. So I
didn't get the ball suckers. What do you call Emerald 7, Only Iced Coffee, Iron Chef Sakai, who is now busy.
Raxa, Jeff. Planet Jeff.
Not sure what you call those guys.
Did things differently. I didn't get the sponsorships. I didn't get the ball suckers. I didn't get any of that. So I've always had to break my back.
Did also get Loot Crate sponsorships.
Yes, he did.
Nope.
Spawn seats.
Make a living. Now here I am 17 years later.
Yes.
And I still break my back to make a living. But I'm happy.
Imagine saying that.
And I get to make content that I
his
like.
back was already broken.
Yeah, too late.
No, it's healed. It's healed because of the air.
Of course.
It deherniated, dumb fox.
And I don't have anyone simping for me, quite frankly. Or I don't. I get people who are regulars who come by, but there's no one here who's like, oh, Phil turned on the stream. Here's $1,000 just because.
Oh, it has to be $1,000. That's only when it counts. When it's a daily tip by 1 Minute Man that went on for like a year, that doesn't matter.
Equaling thousands, you know what I mean? Like thousands over time. If you have a payment plan, it doesn't count. It has to be once at one time.
If you guys would stop fucking simping, they would actually have to work hard. They don't right now because you keep giving them everything for nothing. So if you're like, man, I hate it when the casino goes on a vacation after vacation after vacation after vacation, you're the one who's giving them the vacation. Don't you get that?
What? If you sitting there, oh, fuck, they went on vacation again. I should stop giving them money. Oh, okay, that's how it works. This is really
It's
cool.
your reason that they're doing that. If you didn't give them so much for so little, then they would have to work.
Okay. Yes.
It's called cause and effect. It's pretty simple. But people don't seem to
Pretty simple. Figure that one out, trolls.
understand. I've been saying this about the games industry all along, too. If you don't reward...
Okay, I think now I can play the clip from Kino Casino because they do talk about we're at that
this
same
might
spot
have been
here.
actually one of the worst takes he's ever had because he's
Yes.
like actively arguing against being successful at what you do.
Yes, it is insane.
...of dollars for simply turning
And also,
the stream
it's just
on.
projection. It's pure projection because
Yes.
obviously it all applies to him. But projected outwards, it's a negative quality in other people.
It's really, we're really stretching to say something negative about Kino Casino, right? But this is what we come up with, that they don't work as hard as me. Why, you might ask? Because you guys give him money, and he's just talking straight to the people watching because he knows how much hate watching is going on now on Kick, you know? So it's like he doesn't give two fucks about YouTube anymore. It's like they don't fucking exist if it's not Q&A. It's just down talking Kick chat the whole time. It's pretty insane.
Also, before we start, I always used to wonder how your mic got as much fur on it as it did.
Yes, now you see
I can
why,
see
right?
that. Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough.
Oh no!
That's exactly.
It's not like there's a show.
By the way, this is exactly what Phil does. Phil just turns on the camera. That's what he does.
Yeah.
He hasn't prepared anything. He bought a video game. He's going to beg for a couple hours on a podcast that's not a podcast filled with dead air, like, non-tent, Q&A garbage. and then he's going to fire up Assassin's Creed.
Dude, this is my favorite version of Andy Worski that's ever, right? Because he has so much hate. Just pure
Oh, it's so
hate.
good. You can tell this is catharsis for him.
I have to call myself out on my bad take that I had multiple times by saying that Kino Casino had fallen off.
Yes.
I was factually wrong. Regardless of my opinion of the show, I was factually wrong. I guess I was just felt it.
Here, before we play this one, I do want to play this. This is very funny to me. So watch. This is when earlier in the same stream, just real quick, Andy Worski just gets out of nowhere, gets so pissed. Just listen.
By the way, just look at him. He's having such a tough time. Just look at his eyes. He's just a miserable, suffering cockroach.
Fuck you, Phil.
Hold on.
There's nothing else to it except fuck you, Phil. I love that clip. It's nothing funny, no jokes, just saying their true feelings.
His eyes. He's just a miserable, suffering cockroach.
Fuck you, Phil.
God, I love it. Okay, here we go. Sorry.
Sometimes the simple ones are the best.
Yeah, you know.
Play it basically in silence, the most boring game ever, and then he's going to expect you to give him $300 a day for that.
Look, I'm going to be real with you folks. If Ashton and I, all we had to do was hit start stream with no topic, we would be at live 24/7, just collecting thousands.
Yes.
But unfortunately, we have to have a subject for the show.
So if we just fired up the stream 7 days, okay, guys, it's a Q&A.
Here we go.
It would not be successful. It would not. Like,
we'd be broke.
Have to work.
But you're right. It's an element of jealousy, which I've said all over the years. It's always been an element of jealousy.
And they would have to work more. And they would have to work harder. And they would have to have better events rather than just the same old shtick. They would actually have to innovate.
This is the thing is it's like when people like hamburgers, you
There we
sell
go.
them hamburgers. You know what I mean? Like
That's what Phil does.
Like this is the thing.
I'm
Phil,
glad you put it in a restaurant.
Oh yeah. Oh wait. He knows what to do here. He knows. He knows.
To let you know, Phil, like let me give a sandwich shop illustration for Phil.
Oh, here we go.
Just so Phil can understand. And this is a real life scenario. So there's this I grew up, there's this small town that is like 20 minutes outside of where I grew up. And there's a sandwich shop there that sells schnitzel sandwiches.
Wow.
And they're only open 3 days a week from noon to 3 p.m. But the schnitzel sandwiches they have are so fucking good, so amazing, that every day there's a line at the door the moment they open up, and every day they sell out their sandwiches. Because of the incredible demand from their product, they only have to be open 3 days a week.
Yes.
Now, across the street is a Subway. I'm not even kidding. This is true. Across the street, there's a Subway that's open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, Phil. But you know their sandwiches suck dick, Phil. And so there's a lot less traffic coming to the store. And so they have to stay open those 7 days. Do you understand? You know, you grasp, Phil, what I'm saying?
Wow.
Sandwich shop.
You're saying that's your origin story?
Just doing the same thing every time they turn on their fucking streams. Do you get it? They'd have to work more than 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Wow. What
you get?
Really?
I get past this real quick.
Yeah. When the sun shines, when there's opportunities to provide the content that people want, you provide it and then you reap the rewards, Phil. It's not that complicated.
I bust my ass because I'm the blue collar dude.
Okay. Not blue collar.
Phil, like, you have no blue collar abilities. You couldn't even build a fucking mic arm, Philip. Don't build
the Lego.
Just stop the cap. You're not blue collar. You're not even white collar. You are a no collar worker, sir. You can show up in your
no collar
pajamas, and oftentimes you did.
No collar. Play the shingles part. Okay, I don't know what that is, but I'll search the transcripts for you.
Fucking
You could show up in your pajamas and
Never had
sometimes you
giant
did.
popularity. I always was the underdog.
Liar! This guy used to get millions and millions of views.
Yes, that's what we all said too.
This guy has made millions of
There you go,
dollars from
Meerkat.
YouTube
Ash, after
and pissed it all away.
After my downfall, I returned to streaming, doing speedruns of Resident Evil to 5 people. And built it
After
up
my
from there.
downfall sounds
Looks like
crazy to
shut the
say.
fuck-
I want to say that someday.
After my downfall.
His Skyrim playthrough.
I love how he
back
says
in
it with
the
like
day.
even less shame than Phil goes after my incident.
Yes. yeah. All right, let's go. Let's see. Who was it? Invisible Mute is requesting a shingles part. So if that, with your whole career's on the line right here. Okay, here's the shingles part. Here we go.
Income, Phil. The problem isn't with your viewers or anything like that.
And so I really am.
Ashton, you're going to be so happy. Get ready to laugh tonight, bud. You're going to fucking laugh.
Kind of the blue collar streamer.
I'm so glad you didn't hear it, dude.
You make a good living.
Does he know what the definition of blue collar, by the way?
By the way, guys, this guy, despite like how little money and how often he begs, makes over $100,000 US a year. And he's going to talk about how he's blue collar and he broke his back. The guy makes $100,000 a year playing video games.
You believe he even makes that?
No, he does. But Phil, like, it's time to stop portraying yourself as the underdog and this guy that's impoverished. The problem isn't your income, Phil. The problem isn't with your viewers or anything like that. The problem is your spending, Phil. The problem is that you waste every dollar you have on a fucking mobile game for children.
I'm happy he does. I'm happy he wastes all money.
I'm happy too. But I have to bust my ass to get that living. You see, I don't have anyone who's kissing my butt, sending me ridiculous amounts of money for no reason. I have to actually.
Unironically, I'm super happy he's blowing his money on garbage, because if he was making this much money and was actually wise with his spending, I would be seething so hard. I probably wouldn't even be following him anymore.
Definitely.
So felted.
Why? Yeah, watching
appeal,
watching someone spend their money wisely, have investments. You know, that would not be so fun, would it? You know what I mean? But we know exactly where it goes. And okay, don't worry, I got some stuff in the DMs about that as well. It's coming up later.
Lexus dropping 45 subs last stream because it added up to 220. That's a ridiculous amount of money for a ridiculous reason, Phil.
Yes.
Like, you can't. How can you make these statements? It's like me denying I'm fat. Like, no, like, let's live in reality.
Like denying cat's fat.
That's the difference.
Oh, hey now.
I'm being told it's white collar versus blue collar. Whatever the fuck the term is, I don't give a shit.
Even know.
It's called having to work to earn your keep and being
having to work to earn your keep. Yes.
Okay with busting your ass in order to earn stuff.
Your ass.
Our show's better than yours, you fucking stupid.
God, this is insane.
Versus
your
getting
show's
handed
shit.
everything.
He doesn't have a show.
And then instead of rewarding, actually taking away.
Yeah.
Review Dropbox
It isn't
USA,
a show,
get
it's
$2
a
if
stream.
cope. There's no cope.
Yeah, Review Dropbox USA is dropping a lot of super chats these days. There's a lot of super chatters now that are coming out of the woodwork to shit on Phil more than ever. But you know, they're gonna be there.
It's a massive cope. And that's
You're
the
the one coping.
phrase, by the way, that he doesn't understand. And we haven't even
Here we
brought
go.
this up yet. But it's just like, work smarter, not harder, Phil.
Yes.
You know, like, I don't know what to tell you.
He doesn't have
like this is like Phil believing that, you know, for instance, if you were putting nails into shingles on a roof or something like that, right? And you fucking did 12 hours of it by nailing the nails in, by banging it in with your forehead, that would be superior to completing the job in 2 hours with a hammer. That's what Phil believes. Because, you know, like...
Ashton's metaphor game is on point, you know? I mean, find the lie.
Why not?
Oh, because when faced with reality, people who are simps can't handle it and immediately have to try to no, that's not the case. I'm not a simp. That's not what's happening. No, this is that's what's happening. That's literally what's happening. You're simps. You allow them to have that lifestyle because you're simps.
Phil,
and look at your
They like the show. They like the show. I mean,
Phil, you're allowed to live a lifestyle where you sit inside all week long.
Yes.
You never leave your house. Every meal is DoorDashed. All your alcohol is fucking DoorDashed to the house. You play WWE champions, wasting tens of thousands of dollars because your simps enable you to live that lifestyle. If your audience was to apply the same logic that you just applied to us, then you would go broke, Phil, and you would have to get a fucking job. Don't throw stones when you're in a glass house, Philip.
Yeah.
It's dented.
He was cooking this whole time, so if you want to see it, here's the link in chat to this video. It goes on for 50 minutes, and you know now they're doing DSP segments. They're doing DSP segments every show. It's just you know, I think, did we do a show after the Gundam one happened? I don't think we did we? I think we did. I think we did Wednesday and Friday, right? Yeah. So that was it was kind of not. It wasn't as good as like the initial boom, you know, but it was still pretty funny if you haven't seen it. But it wasn't that initial first stream after like it was all over. It was very, very intense and hot.
Well,
yeah, but
you know what? Because DSP got their job done. Like he actually did the job for everybody. He was the perfect jobber.
Yep.
Like coming out and being like, I won and here's all the DMs. And then we had, he did this on this Wednesday?
I think Wednesday.
We did the live
Wednesday
thing.
We did the live on Wednesday,
Yeah, and he gave everybody until Friday, including to just go through everything and have so much fun.
Yes.
And then people were just ready to go and be hype on the casino stream and on ours and on everybody else's but Phil's.
Yes.
Even Review Tech USA got a win out of this. I cannot believe I'm saying it.
Kino Casino had a segment saying how awesome Review Tech USA was. That's a wild thing to say, but that's what DSP did. They talked about how
effect.
Yes, they said Review Tech USA was awesome thanks to DSP. I mean, it's incredible.
Imagine how bad you have to fuck up to do that.
Review Tech is their biggest target for a long fucking time, and now they're saying how good he did because he made DSP do that. Incredible. Big ups, Aiden Robinson for the 5 bomb. Here we go. Comes in the rightful place. Sharpen it up. What do you think? Thank you. Okay. So this was the very next day. This is in the same vein. Okay, same vein. This was the very next day. Remember, he said he's going to say this now because he doesn't want to hang on to this. So it's definitely going to be different, right, than the previous day, right?
One of each kind of contribution this morning. I'm going to be honest. It's been pretty rough this week in regards to Kick, and I'm not surprised. As you guys know, a lot of the Kick supporters were actually...
Reminder, this is a different day than what we just saw, okay? I want to make sure that is clear. This is a different day. Go ahead, Steve.
I've been watching a lot of Kitchen Nightmares recently, so that noise is triggering some flashbacks.
Yeah, I just watched one yesterday. Oh, yeah.
People who were fans of Kino Casino, and those fans are now leaving in droves.
Yes.
Because the casino basically snaked me, which everyone...
Basically snaked me. Yes. Hold on. Let's hear it again.
Oh, and those fans are now leaving in droves because the casino basically snaked me, which everyone knew was going to happen to begin with. So it is.
Okay, so now it's like we are supposed to forget he did this whole stream about how he snaked the casino. It's amazing.
Dude, I'm not joking. He is treating this like a wrestling booker would treat a storyline that is not over and flopped. So he's just like pretending it doesn't exist, like it didn't happen, like this did not happen. This thing didn't happen. Like 3 hours of him digging through his own embarrassing, humiliating messages, trying to embarrass other people and pit them against each other so they don't shit on him. This didn't happen, and he is a victim again. Because I guess he just loves being a victim. You can't help it.
Like, the biggest sign that this is all a lie is that DSP is not gloating about it. And we know that Phil is the sort of person who, when somebody who has wronged him is down, he will happily stick that knife in and give it a few twists. He is not doing that here. That is really, that's
Great
DSP.
It is. It's wild to think about someone doing this, just pretending something they made doesn't exist anymore because it wasn't, I guess, received as favorably as he had hoped. Just pretending it doesn't exist. What?
He had Review Tech USA there just for the validation of him doing it, because he thought Rich would be like, "Oh my God, Phil! Now it all makes sense." You know what? I forgive you. I forgive you for felting me, and thank you for the last chip that you have that you gave me back. I appreciate it. We can be friends now. That's what he thought would happen. They would do like crotch chops to the crowd.
Let's go all in, Phil. You're a fucking genius. Let's fill the casino all night. Yeah.
Shout outs to who said this. They said, "Don't worry, guys. This is non-canon." Oh, okay. This was a non-canon episode. This was a non-canon episode. Oh, that explains a lot then. Yeah. Okay, filler. Oh, yeah. But just like Steve fucking said, man, any modicum of a minor, you can see the outline of a W, Philip will take it and make 14 videos about it. He did that with the FGC shit. I know you have that. We're not going to watch that today, but the FGC shit this week, someone made a similar but yet different point about the FGC and all that shit about, well, this gentleman's point was, who is it? It was Sanford. Right? And Sanford's point was a little bit different than DSP's. I don't remember the details exactly, forgive me. But it wasn't at all the exact point about, DSP said the tutorial videos and those kind of explanation videos are bad. This person didn't bring up any of those.
Ruining the meta. Yeah. Having all the information immediately is ruining fighting games.
So this Sanford guy, who people know more than DSP, at least for being in a fighting game community member and not being, guy that jerked off the internet. He said something, and DSP titles the video like this: "The FGC actually agrees with DSP on something." So that's not at all what happened. One person from the FGC said a similar point, and Philip is trying to frame this as massive DSPW. Everyone agrees with me.
By the way, the thumbnail for that video, I can send you the image right now.
I got it.
The agrees is misspelled.
Yes,
he did. So he got a typo.
I got it. He did fix it though. So that's 100. And Philip did admit that he is making the thumbnails now because he said I misspelled that. So that is
he did.
Yeah.
God.
There we go. Spot the difference, everybody. Go ahead. Tap the screen where you see the difference. Go ahead.
Oh, he even spelled it correctly in the title though.
Yeah. So he did fix it. And guys, look at the
better
face.
Than dragon for real fruit.
Okay, and I look at the face on this video. Could you look at the face he chose? Look at this. Like, I mean, you can choose whatever picture you want on these.
No, it's worse. It's worse. Like, there's text on that, so he's had to put that text on it, so he's picked that frame.
Yeah. He's choosing the, what some people are claiming is the stroke face. So, well, come on.
This is worse than just like YouTube auto generating it and him not giving a shit and just being like, yeah, whatever. He picked that. He picked that image and then put the text over it.
I don't understand, man. It's so wild. But okay, so this is, again, just to want to hammer this point home. We are now expecting his viewers, of which we know the intelligence level is not high, that he wants you to forget he said less than a week ago that this was all a plan that took 8 months to execute and even was in place for years, by the way. So just forget about that. And now we're going for the pity angle when we could have taken this angle the whole time, right? This was the easy path. Is saying, fuck, I trusted those guys. And some of these messages you're going to see are really cringe, but I trusted them. And I told them things I wouldn't tell anybody else because I trusted them. And that would have got some fucking pity from idiots, but still.
I guess you just couldn't help but want to dictate what the narrative behind the DMs would be. Because, if they showed the DMs, they would pick selected ones. They wouldn't post 150 pages immediately.
Yeah.
They would just show, look at this. Here is Phil talking shit about this guy. And they would give us the context that they want. And he couldn't help himself. He had to go first. And he had to put it in his own context that doesn't make sense.
Great point, too, because Philip could put his spin on that, his usual spin that people would have believed in his audience, right? Like, oh, I wasn't talking about that. This is all taken out of context. Now Philip said, it's all my master plan, and here's all the context possible. Here you go.
Yeah.
Great plan. Big Ups Joshua Clan says, real talk, big ups, boys. Thanks especially to Steve. Watched your most recent video, and it was great. Tying your own personal struggles to drive home the point. Keep grinding, dude. You got this. Big ups, Steve. And big ups Joshua Clan. You legend. Jeff Joestar 95 says, Smark SGUYS was dull, but watching Ralph get more slurred in his speech as it went on and watching Phil quickly try to end the show was a little fun. See, I didn't see any of that. I did see on Twitter people were saying he was more intoxicated, which is funny because that was the only requirement for Review Tech USA's interview is that he cannot be intoxicated in any way. So I wonder what changed. I don't know. Walyap says 5 days before this, he told Dumpy Koala to pick a side because he was donating to Kino Casino and him. He said that? I don't remember that, Walyap. Interesting. Wow.
I think he did. But I can't say 100%, but I do think he did.
Pick a side, Dumpy Koala. I'm tired of it. Which makes this whole thing very funny. Don't pick a side. All right, I'll find it. Maybe I'll play it tomorrow if I remember. Mr. Extravagant says, I went to the store earlier and got a pack of 5 gum. God bless. Thank you, Mr. Extravagant. Don't walk too far because you might find the end of the earth, as you are a flat earther like Flatman B. That's a Flatman B joke. Mr. Gorehouse
Is that why
says,
he's called Flatman? Is that why he's called Flatman B?
Like Flatman B had a podcast that was about flat Earth, which I don't know what they do. They talk about conspiracy theories, but he is a flat earther. That is confirmed, Flatman B. And he always does like $5. He's like a poor man's 1 minute man. So he'll do like $2 tips saying like, I get off work in 10 minutes. God bless. That's it. That's
Keep
what he
an eye out
does.
for him because Phil will often misspell it as Faultman. So
Faultman B. Ryan says, Andy's frustration as a long-time struggling content creator sounds similar to the frustration Steve has as someone with a serious back injury. Big ups.
You feel a bit of empathy with him.
There you go. All right, remember, this is a different show than when we played earlier. Next day, they snaked me. Remember this.
Is what it is. Basically snaked me, which everyone knew was going to happen to begin with. So it is what it is. I'm moving on positively. We got Kickbot in there helping out with commands and stuff. And hopefully you'll still stick around if you're a viewer on Kick.
Okay.
And for those who have, thank you. It would be great to get some Kick support today. So if you could, please support
Well, you are
the
now
stream
moderated
in some
like
way.
YouTube, which is like completely the opposite point of having Kick in the first place, isn't it?
This idiot. There you go. Notably, gifted subs would be great over on Kick. Like I said, we had only a few people who've actually even gifted subs this week, and it's the end of the streaming week. I'm looking far and wide, and I don't see Dr. Lexus here to gift another 44 subs to Felt Me.
Look at this.
Oh, man, he really felted me last week when he did that, but I don't see him anymore. So
this is bait trying to get, I believe this is like just a dented way to try to get him to do it again, honestly, like, look, you want to do that again, you dumb fuck? Give it a shot, That's all we're doing that for.
It's the sarcastic begging that is super annoying.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like when he comes back from break and is like, oh, I just received a $500 million tip. I'm kidding, I didn't.
The begging has been off the fucking charts this whole week, by the way. Like, I literally was trying to write it down just so like beg, schedule, beg, news story, beg, news story, beg, news story, beg, beg, end the podcast, beg, question, beg. Like, it's unbelievable how much we're scrambling right now to make sure things stay afloat, And it's this whole week has been waiting to the last second, praying the whole time, guys, please, guys, hope we want to do this. Listen, this sweet coding game, It's been supported well the whole time. And I don't know why it's not being supported now, but please support. Okay, thanks, guys.
Over there enjoying the content. If you like the content, please consider becoming a sub, I should say.
Yes.
And gifting some subs to your fellow viewer. It helps out a lot, okay?
Your fellow viewer.
You
Help
guys
your
are
fellow
so
viewers.
fucking stupid. I love those dumb
fellow
people
Americans.
They insist that they know who the guest
Yeah,
hosts
see, this
are.
is the guest
You
about-
have no idea who the guest hosts are. You are so dumb. You're such gullible simps. These people in the kick chat specifically, they're gullible
But
simps.
bro, you just asked them for money.
Yes.
You idiot.
Yes, we are doing this as well. We are begging for money while calling them simps and assholes every fucking day.
Yeah.
We're kicking them all out, and the veracity of the kick names is not ending, right? But it is going down a number. I'll say that. The number of viewers is going down on Kick when he's out. It's not on front page because he's just banning everyone too much. And you know it's going to be merged, by the way. I really think it will be, no matter what DSP said, which will be very funny to play this clip again when it is.
Simp out.
Yeah. But just remember,
fucking
he also
kids.
said this when people were saying, "Oh, you've got a cat." No, I haven't got a cat. You get better. Fuck off.
Dude, yeah. I mean, let's go even further. WB Champions. When will you guys give this up? I don't play WWE Champions.
I gave all that up for my wife.
Yes, you think I have enough time or money for that stupid shit? Fuck you.
Kino Casino, and they believe every word they say is fact, even though those guys don't know diddly shit about anything.
Right.
They just make it all up. You guys are so pathetic.
Let me control my fucking God. It's sad and pathetic and terrible.
All right, that's it. Who's going to be the first person to give this up right now? Seriously.
That's it.
That was it. That's it.
That's it.
You thought he was
thought we were
angry
gonna
about
ban-
something? You thought he was angry? Maybe someone said something in chat? No. We're just angry no one's supporting. So that's it. Here we go. I'm turning this stream around. Great show.
Like a saxophone or a trumpet.
What the fuck?
Who's going to be the first person to give this up right now? Seriously.
Nice.
What is going on the kick side? You guys are there every day. I got anywhere between 60 to 80 viewers on my kick stream every single day. Where's the damn support?
Yeah.
The king demands a sub
Dude,
right now.
Come on, man.
Oh, come on.
This
Right
is
now.
cringe.
Who's going to do
Right
it?
now.
Drop a sub
Hey.
immediately.
Tip
This
the king.
I command.
So cringe.
So we
I
felt it the
command-
Kino, but
Yes.
we're still going to do this.
Yes, that's the
We're
one.
done with Kino Casino,
remnant.
but-
Yeah.
King
I
shit
will.
lives on.
Oh, on that note, Steve of the Dead.
Oh.
The Twitter profile picture has been changed. It is not a crown
Oh,
DSP now. The crown has been taken off. It is now a new cringe picture. Let's see what he chose. I just remember. I don't remember exactly what it is. I'll bring it up.
And it. How dare you?
Wait, we're still doing it in the intro as well. Then.
So we got over 80
Look,
viewers
it's
over.
there. It's there in the Divoom. Not falling over.
Okay. Of all the pictures to choose, guys, this is the one he chose. Come on, man. You can choose whatever you want, man. Choose a cool one. That's what you can do on profile pictures.
Bro, it would genuinely be better if he'd run his image through like that Miyazaki AI thing that he did.
Yes.
Like, it would genuinely be better for him than that.
Use Jasper if you want. You could do whatever you want, man.
Yeah, I've got my cat.
Great choice, King. Felt at him.
On kick and
Ryan saying I refuse to believe that's real. All right, I'll show you. But doubt me. The king is. Oh wait, don't forget the new name. The king is springing forth. Okay, what does that mean? What the fuck? The king is springing forth.
There are
All right.
4 exclamation marks there, and somebody replied to me saying like exclamation marks are how you punctuate a snort. So in my head now, every time I see an exclamation mark, I'm seeing a snort. 17 years of fun content.
Not a single person could even drop a sub. That's pretty pathetic, to be honest. I'm just being honest. My YouTube viewers are very, very generous. They
I know,
support
Ryan,
me
I'm
with
just
super
kidding.
chats and tips. And then over there on Kick, we're getting nothing. Zero.
Yes.
Again, I hate to say it. I think what's
Uh-oh.
happened is it's the people who are watching me on Kick, not all of them, okay?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
most of them, I'd argue 75%,
Uh-huh.
these are casino holdouts. These are guys who are only watching me ever because of Kino Casino. And now, sadly...
That would mean 20 viewers are legitimate, which I think is an overstatement, by the way. That's an overestimation, but okay.
You know, they're just here to just kind of be, prod and poke a little bit every day.
Prod and poke.
It's sad. I wish that wasn't the case.
Uh-huh.
But, I'm trying my best here to maintain 2 streams. And I really wish that there were people who were
Like it's a fucking garden. You got to walk back and forth and get water. It's got to maintain 2 streams.
positive over there. But every day you notice they're the ones who are making the jokes. They're the ones who are being, oh no, this guy got banned or whatever. Yeah, because he's an asshole.
Uh-huh.
What a complete asshole.
Because he's an asshole. That's why they're banned. I'm not just banning people willy-nilly because they're saying dumb shit. We actually got a sub. Kick and Natty. With a gifted sub over on Kick. Thank you. Finally, a Kick contribution. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Again, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I find it sad that people can't separate what they like.
Remember, this is a different day than I already played. That was the previous day. This is the same exact spiel from the day before.
For example,
go
obviously
ahead.
right now you're not going to see any more collaborations or positive interactions between me and Kino Casino. I think that's pretty clear. That doesn't mean you can't like both. That doesn't mean if you like their content, you could like it and support it. And if you like my content, you like it and support it. Doesn't mean that at all. You don't have to choose. No one's saying to you, hey, you have to make a choice, man, because you can't like 2 different things. That's ridiculous.
I don't know what expression we're doing. Like cool young person. Hey, man. It sounds
That's like a boomer's impression of what
That's what I'm
teenagers
saying,
are.
yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like those don't do drugs videos where it shows people asking for drugs, asking kids if you want drugs. Hey,
From,
bro.
like the 1970s and that. Yeah.
Looking for some drugs and alcohol?
Looking for some of that good stuff.
Hey, bro.
You have to make me that at all. You don't have to choose. No one's saying to you, hey, you have to make a choice, man, because you can't like 2 different things. That's ridiculous. In my opinion, you can't. And I think that I wish that more people would be of that opinion, but it seems like people are all or nothing, black and white thought process. As I've gotten older, I realized that's just not the case for me, right?
Okay. Nailed it.
For example.
Oh, please.
Today I'm having Ethan Ralph, of all people, on Smark Guys.
Yeah.
On March 27th, the 11th episode of Smark Guys, my first guest co-host
it's Christian.
will be Ethan Ralph.
Hey, Dick, how you doing? Hey, what's up, bitch? What are you doing, bitch? Fuck out of my face, bro.
Well, you know what happens here, right? He gets trapped down.
Why is he doing that? Why is Phil having this man on the show that so many people talk shit about on the internet? They say he's a heinous guy, and this guy outright insulted Phil months prior. Okay, and you might say, well, Phil's doing it because he's just taking a jab at the casino. No, I'm not. That's not why I'm doing it.
Yes, he is.
I'm doing it because I'm not the kind of person that
There's an element of
believes-
desperation to it as well.
Yes, extremely. Drowning, looking for any sign of any life jacket. We're anywhere. We're just scrambling right now, trying not to drown.
That world is black and white. That everything is good or bad, evil. Or
I don't know why, but for some reason he omitted the fact that he was on Kino Casino making fun of Ethan Ralph and saying things like, "Oh my God, man, his life is such a mess." Wow.
Many times, and in the DMs as well. He said that. Yep. He was not a fan of Ethan Ralph. Guntbusters was his idea.
Yeah.
We'll call it Guntbusters. That was his brilliant idea.
And
Big ups,
it's really interesting, and actually, it says a lot that the people that he has to resort to, like being friends with, is like the actual bottom of the fucking barrel.
Yes.
You can't get lower than fucking Ethan Ralph. I guess you can go with Cyrax. You can buddy up with Cyrax. I guess that guy's still alive.
Yeah, that I would want to see that actually. But it really shows where Philip is on the totem pole, doesn't it? Of YouTube. You know what I mean? At the very least. No one remember this bitching about no one responding to him and all this shit? But who does respond? Well, Ethan Ralph, someone that can't be in the country he wants to live in anymore. So, I mean, that's just a fact.
He did email Max, but Max never got back to him, so he did his best.
Well, yeah. And the thing is, something really interesting that Triple P said is that people can smell the desperation on Phil. They can sense it through the screen, and that's why he doesn't have many well-adjusted individuals watching him, because they can feel this guy for what he is. They can feel the vibe, and they just leave, or they just watch ironically hate watch, and it's like he's gonna get nowhere with this kind of behavior, with this kind of desperation that everyone can tell, and he's pretty much cooked eternally and internally felt it. So nothing he's gonna do here for drama or otherwise is gonna work.
Yep. Well, for him, that's the thing, because the best part is he thinks it is working, right? Because he just gets a lot of money on that one stream. But you think working with Ralph long term is going to be a good move for DSP Enterprises? You know what I mean? It's not. But Philip, as usual, sees short-term gains as a win. So it's going to continue. I guarantee he's going to keep doing it with Ethan Ralph. Let's see the next two guests, of course. I mean, who the fuck knows who they are? Some people theorizing who it is, but if it doesn't get as much money, he's going to right back to Ethan Ralph because, wow, big day. We can keep that going forever, right? And then it's going to get boring. And then some people are going to, like Ethan Ralph might say, well, this is getting kind of boring. I got to light a fire into this show. And then he's going to do the thing that many people predicted he was going to do yesterday, which he didn't. Because, like I said, I think he wants to have Ethan Ralph is looking for companions, let's say. And DSP is a companion right now that will accept him. So that's very beneficial for him at this moment, right? But that won't last. That won't last. And then we'll see what happens. Then you know who benefits? No matter what happens, you know who benefits is Kino Casino and all the detractors, because there's going to be more insane shit coming out. So right now the first week was boring. It won't stay that way. I promise you it won't stay that way for long. Ryan is too conceited, says we need Triple P on the show. Obviously we're never against that. We talked about that before, but I think we would want that to be a big deal, some happening. You know what I mean? Like when this is not over, right? The casino and DSP is not over, and I don't know. What do you think, Meerkat? What do you think about that?
I agree with you a lot. I think the crossover should be hype and special.
Yeah,
and we should have like a specific topic of discussion, because they can also talk about a bunch of stuff on their show, and they did. So if we have them over, obviously it's in the benefit of our show that there is something special to talk about. So you're 100% right on this.
Well, I'm pretty sure it'll happen. You know what I mean? And I know that he said he's open to it. It'll happen. We're just going to wait for it to be magical.
Or it would have to be some kind of an interesting gimmick that is something out of the ordinary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll figure it out.
But I do think, like you said, this is not the end of this, and I think he has a lot of, much like a 16-year-old girl that just got dumped by her boyfriend, he has a lot of pent-up feelings and bottled-up emotions inside of him, and at some point, as usual, we're going to get one of those eat-it rants, one of those, like, Lavinia-type stuff. It's going to happen, because it always does.
It's just the best way of putting it. That's exactly how he's acting. With this guy now, much happier.
Yeah. He's much cool with you. I didn't even like you, actually. You weren't even that hot, okay? I didn't even care. Shut the fuck up. Internet hazmat crew in the house says Phil wouldn't last a day working construction, 220. Oh, he wouldn't last a day working at Walmart. And that's no disrespect for Walmart. I'm saying like any job where you have to pick things up and put them back down. We're done. It's over. Any job, guys. What do you mean? He wouldn't last a day working anywhere is the key point. As soon as they say this is what you have to do, the bitching would start. So I have to I have to get these emails and respond? What? I have to do this today?
To scan these items?
Well, how do I do? What do I do?
Why do I have to do it? There's a thing here. There's an escalator. Why can't it just keep going? Why does it stop and I have to pick them up and scan them?
He couldn't a greeter. Yeah, he couldn't be a greeter. That'd be one of the worst. I have to say hi to everybody, even the scary ones.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Level 1 Walmart. And I'm welcoming you.
You may recognize me from the internet. I am Darkside Phil, also known as Phil. As you can see, my nameplate is Phil now. Because Good God Knows says he could for real get several $100 per stream.
Great name.
Good God Know. Good God Knows says he could for real get $700 per stream as a goal to get Kat to rock the same shirt as whatever Triple P most recently wore on stream. I mean, while that is true, that one I don't think Philip would ever do because that's kind of demeaning. He does have some limits. It's an idea, though. Big
Don't
ups
forget,
to
sometimes, like, because of her weight and her illness, sometimes she'd be thin and it wouldn't work then.
It depends on what week it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What week, you know? Magic Short Bus in the house says, hey, guys, there's no heat wave where I am because the sun is gone. God bless. Thank you so much, Flat Man Short Bus. That's what we're... Fort Max says, is he wearing makeup? No. Philip would not wear makeup. That's too gay.
That's alcoholics flush. That's like when you're sobering up. And
yeah, the red comes out. I've had that happen too. The red brings a nice rosacea color to your cheek sometimes. It's very cool. It's a benefit. Random Search says he'll make a big deal about the different co-hosts on Smart Guys in a few weeks, like his own dented version of American Idol. Yeah, I have made my decision. Doodle-a-doodle-a-doodle-a-doodle-a-doo.
Yeah,
the next host
kind of makes me think.
Go ahead.
It makes me think of when Monday Night Raw had guest hosts, and it was sometimes it will be people that don't even care about wrestling or know about anything.
Yeah.
Big ups to Iwamoto, who says DSP in a Dare video about gambling addiction. Yeah. Dare is Dare. It was something we had to do in school. Anti-drugs thing. And what they did, the thing that affected me the most was like most of the things sounded really cool when I was in high school. And Dare, like, oh, that sounds pretty fun. It's pretty cool. But the one thing they did that was effective was they brought in one of those people with the hole in their throat.
Yeah.
And that was kind of effective. But all it did was like, okay, well, I won't smoke then. But drinking is fine because, wait, that happened from smoking, right? They're like, yes, it did. I was like, okay, I won't do that then. But it was a good idea, but,
But I'll inject.
Yeah. Good God knows says, looking like a shady condo salesman who's so far behind on child support that if you don't buy his pitch today, he faces indefinite imprisonment. That's what the baking's like these days.
I love these hyper-specific ones.
Big ups. Red Rooster 20XX, does the show have email? Yes, we do have email. TBSPODCAST at proton.me. It's in below in the description as well, Red Rooster. Sub-Zero.
That's where you can send your apologies to.
Yes, we're asking for all of the apologies we can get. Okay, so he goes on this rant for a little bit. I'm going to move past this, though. So he gets into more specific weirdness, more specific coping about Kino Casino now, okay? So let's watch this.
There's already a comment in chat. How do I fast forward this? That does not bode well.
Warren P. says, Kickbot will be busy tonight. Yes, definitely.
One of each kind of contribution.
Oh,
this
did I already
morning.
play this one?
I'm going to be honest. It's been pretty rough this
week.
week.
Oh, yeah, I already played that one. Sorry, skipping this one. My bad. Okay, now we're in the gameplay, okay? Here we get people now, again, poking the bear here with these super chats, which is a dumb idea. You could just add him and he'll do it anyway. But a lot of people are now poking at him to get him to say shit. And he pays it off every time, though. Here we go.
Blank Man did a $2 super chat. He says that he thinks that PPP and Andy are lovers and Andy was jealous. No, I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that at all. I've already voiced my opinions on the subject. I do feel like PPP is just a really lonely guy. Looking for friends, doesn't really have any because of the nature of what he does. Always looking for someone to basically turn into the butt of a joke or turn on means that no one's ever going to trust the guy. And it was pretty weird and sad that he turned to me as like someone to be like a friend and say, oh, I want to fly you out to Florida.
Now we're calling it not only gay, but pretty sad.
But wouldn't you be like, it's sad because, I totally got him.
Yeah, well,
I manipulated him into this.
If it was a real snaking, yeah.
That would be like all according to plan. I got his trust,
Right.
Got him to think I'm a friend.
Well, isn't the sad thing that Phil can't even afford to go to Florida on vacation? I think that's sad.
Yeah. Or he used an excuse of, I can't go. Okay, so how badly do we not want to do anything with people or leave our household? He said, I can't go because I didn't do a vacation with my wife, so I can't do that. Okay, bring Kat. Actually, I can't because pets. When he was talking earlier in the DMs about finding pet sitters because they have to go for his parents' illness. Right? So it just fine. Yeah, he brought up the cancer thing too. How badly do we not want to have friends? And this is so fucking bullshit saying it's sad. And gay, by the way. It's sad and gay now. To actually have
also,
friends. Yeah.
You'll notice in chat, Flatman B's name is now in blue and it has a spanner next to it.
Oh, yes. He is a mod on YouTube, but Dumpy Koala asked about being mod in Kick, and Philip turned him down, unfortunately. Sorry, Dumpy Koala. Simp harder, bitch.
Be like a friend and say, oh, I want to fly you out to Florida to go to Hulk Hogan's bar to drink. Like, what? Like, dude, we do some content on the internet together, and we're starting a wrestling show. I get it. I don't want to fly to Florida and have this weird bro vacation with you. It was so odd.
A weird bro vacation.
Hanging out with the boys is weird?
Yes.
I know, yeah, what?
Bro vacations, guys. Don't happen. Do not do those. And remember, Kat was invited as well. I know he leaves that part out very quickly, but he said, I'll pay for Kat as well. I mean, separate hotel room, do whatever the fuck you want at nighttime, hang out with the bros every once in a while with Kat there having fun too. Let her get out of the house too. Nope, that's a bro vacation.
He knows I'm married and everything too. It's like, why would I do that?
Why would I do that? So if you have friends... Well, you can't have friends when you're married because that's gay.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do the whole, like, my wife is my best friend. I don't need other friends.
Oh, I don't know where this goes exactly, but let's see. Do we get there? Yeah.
Should you only have married friends just to make sure they're not gay?
Yeah. What about if you married her and you don't get on, like, as friends?
It's
because I used to think that your friends are people that you like and like hanging out with. But apparently there's something sexual to it. I've been missing all this time.
To your detriment, by the way. I should
of
say
course. I could have got so much dick, you guys. You have no idea.
I will say it is extremely unhealthy, as you all know, and Steve knows better than me, to not have friends and just think you have a wife so you don't need friends. That is a sign of a very, very poisoned mind socially. To think you cannot have friends if you're married.
Yeah.
It doesn't lead to any good things to think, I have a wife, I don't need friends. That is very, very dangerous mentally. You know what I'm saying?
There's also some chance that he doesn't even mean any of this and it's just a cope because his friends abandoned him.
True. That's probably it too. Like, I'm coping. I don't, friends? I don't even need stupid friends. Yeah, fuck friends. Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
Very bizarre.
But,
like I said, it's just a very weird thing where I feel like he has no friends and anyone he can trust.
Yeah.
And after like having this relationship with me for months, he felt like he could, but I don't know, very odd. I never saw of it that way.
But like you manipulated him into that.
Yes.
You said you manipulated him into that. So,
he's the guy that shared so deep secrets that he didn't tell anyone fucking else first, by the way, about his mom having cancer, Cat being at high risk of cancer, rabbits dying, pets dying. How much shit did we drop on him that I think sounds pretty gay, more gay than asking to go on a vacation? Wait, I don't think any of it's gay, by the way. I'm just saying it sounds more gay than asking bros to have beer together. But call me crazy. Sharing drama dumping is more gay. Cancel me for this take. Trauma dumping on people you interact with online is more gay than asking them to get beers. Call me crazy. Hot take coming in here, but okay.
Disaster radios down Exodus to the woods. Strict martial law protocol. Still no word. It's all like documents, but nothing really says anything, right? Well, that's the thing. Blind Man did another super chat. He says, if PPP crawls back to you, will you forgive him?
Yeah.
He won't, because that's the thing. This is how he is. He burns the bridge. What the hell? Oh, God. He burns the bridge for content. So he doesn't give a shit now.
He burns the bridge. Again, the snaking is in the past.
He's going to endlessly milk making fun of me for content on his show.
Yeah.
So that's not
a pretty
no.
good plan.
That's not a no, though, is it? I think if Triple P writes the right email, he could come back.
Yeah, it might happen.
Can you imagine? Oh, my God. Can you imagine if Triple P just does it all again? Like, this time he's not going to snake me, guys. He promised me.
Yeah.
Triple P this time made a real promise. He wrote it down and said, I will not snake you again, Philip. And I believed him.
The weirdest thing about all
She's
of
not
it,
that.
stomp. Oh, you can stomp with less bump.
That would be the funniest thing ever. Please.
A little bit chubby, but not that fat.
All right, I think he's not done, though.
There we go. The weirdest part about all of it, they were possessed rats. That was weird. Is that he snaked me, meaning he was the one talking shit about me and my wife and stuff in his content.
Huh?
I called him out on it and said, stop, or we're not going to work together anymore. He refused, so I said, okay, we're not working together anymore. Then he turns on me and says, I have to apologize to him.
What?
That is also not how it went. No, Phil, he was just sitting there taking it as that guy would make jokes about everything, including his wife. And when he thought it benefited him, he took it like a bitch. And then people were like, well, Phil, why are you taking it like a bitch? And then he's like, well, you're an idiot.
In these
And
DMs.
And then he was like to Triple B, he was like, people are telling me I should go hard on you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every single criticism of Triple P is saying, a lot of people are saying. Legitimately, every single criticism is, guys, a lot of people are saying they don't like how you talked about Cat. What? Well, yeah, sorry. Yeah, definitely. A lot of people. I really care about them. But anyways, almost done.
Turns on me and says, I have to apologize to him. What? You were the one who acted like a jerk to me and my family and refused to stop. What am I going to apologize for? Like, I would have kept working with you. I like doing Smart Guys. I thought that the show was great. I would have kept doing it, but you're the one who decided to be an asshole. I'm not the one who caused the problems. You did.
Okay, so what he's talking about here is, let me get another one here. I don't want to lose it. So he's talking about the very end. Triple P here at the end said, here's what I will say to you in the end. Needlessly, let's see. I think he said, get a fucking grip, Phil, about your bullshit. I know he said apology some point at the end. Oh, there you go. No, that was before this. He gets totally pissed. And he says, where is it?
It's after the 3-prong plan path.
Yeah, the 3-prong plan stream happens. And then Triple P says, I want you to apologize for everything that you've done. You threw everything I did in my face yesterday in this third path lazy bullshit. You have no gratitude for anything you take and give nothing back. This whole big dog routine and you thinking you're going to break me and run the yard, I will fucking show you whose yard it is. You escalated it and wanted a scorched earth drama campaign, and I can give it to you in spades. And there we go. And to get a grip, Phil, this isn't about your wife or my comments. It's about you being a stubborn, lazy, stuck in your ways, F-slur, who doesn't like getting confronted about your bullshit, so you cry victim and throw pity parties to get out of being held accountable or even make the slightest effort to get out of your comfort zone and do anything else. You are using this shit to try and have an out. You can pretend you're above everything and everyone, but you're not, Phil. And there we go. This is when Triple P was done. I'll find the apology because I know he said it at some point. Where is it? Apologize. Oh, maybe I can't. Maybe he didn't say it. Where is it? I'm searching for it. Oh, there it is. Here we go. Last comment. There it is. I put. Here's what I will say to you in the end. I don't want to. I don't want to have to do what I'm doing right now. It doesn't feel good to dump all this on you, but you needlessly escalated the situation. Have been incredibly petty and disrespectful about the generosity and effort I put into this friendship. I genuinely just want you to apologize for wasting my efforts and let everyone know that it's the case. If you do that, I will drop this entire thing and move on, Phil. I really think you should consider my side of this and the areas where you came up short. I imagine you won't do it, but it's worth a try. So this is where DSP is talking about now in the video. He wants him. Triple P wants him to apologize for all the generosity and effort he put into things, just for DSP to squander it away, right? And it makes sense. But DSP's like pretending that part. He doesn't know what he's talking about here. So,
well, I'm the one who has to apologize for what? I'm just so lost.
Yeah.
Right?
See, he doesn't get anything. So,
I don't need more than one gun, do I?
I think that's it.
And shotgun ammo.
Yeah, that's it. Fuck the game. But there we go.
There's a nice comment there. Good thing we are done with the drama.
A lot of people in Kick Chat are all saying, I thought it was the master plan. What's with the master plan now? All that's fucking gone. It doesn't fucking matter. Reno Ryan in the house says, only Phil can love Andy. You can't have him, Triple P. Yeah. Say, hands off my man. Oh yeah, we'll get to that. I got some DMs ready for you. I think there's so many good DMs. We could do like a segment every week, and I got some ready for us here before we finish today. Ira says, a vacation with friends is sad for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's homosexual. Number 2, it means you have no friends yourself. Got it. Pigpen Lord of Dirt says, I've been making friends at the gym. Am I gay, guys? Oh God, at the gym? Definitely. You are gay. Face it, Pigpen.
Right, we need a proper gay judge to adjudicate on this.
Yeah. Here we go.
That's gay.
Oh,
there you go.
There we go.
Papa Polecat says, remember him wanting to do DSP Asks It? Is this him trying to use Smark Guys as a conduit for it? Then after WrestleMania, he will premiere it? No, Papa Polecat.
I think he's given up on that. Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't get anyone to respond. He can only get this level of person to respond, guys. He's not doing DSP Asks It. So that's
what this is reminding me of is right after Side Scrollers, he started doing weird like interview stuff, kind of to show Craig how it's done, how you can be fair and unbiased. Yep. And this is kind of similar in the way of like, I'm going to show Triple P that this show is much better without him. And he didn't, in fact, carry it, even though he did, because he was the only guy to actually care about what the show was about.
Uh-huh. Triple P did a great job in the DMs of all those interviews. Said like, you did awesome, Phil. Totally felt to him. You got the best of Craig. He's a bitch. Then the next day, Philip would say like the exact same talking points. It is wild. How easy it is to manipulate DSP, which is why it's his audience is also very easy to manipulate by DSP because DSP attracts other DSPs. It's wild. It's wild. It's wild. Pigpen Lord of Dirt says nothing is good or bad unless you do squats on stream or do drama or play hype memeable games or have sponsors or work with Keem or make fun of Phil. Yes, Pigpen Lord of Dirt, you nailed it. Sub-Zero Ish says it's like getting caught by Chris Hansen and saying, I don't get it, guys. You can still support me and do Catch a Predator at the same time. Yeah. Pretty easy.
You'd be amazed the amount of people he catch that goes, you heard of my show? And they're like, yeah, I've seen Catch Predator. Yeah. You're still here.
Red Rooster says Triple P legit tried to be good to him, and Phil showed him exactly why nobody likes him. Makes Triple P look so nice and him so bad. Like, all right, so Triple P obviously had all in it. And there was no bad solution ending for this for Triple P. I don't want to pretend like he's some saint. You know what I mean? Like Triple P knew no matter what, there's going to be content out of this for my audience, and it's going to be hype. So he always had that in the back of his mind. But there is times in the DMs where legitimately he is trying to make Philip do the best choices for himself and his career, right? But Triple P knew that there was always this parachute to pull, and it was always going to be turning on Phil and snaking on Phil, and then it's all content for everybody. So while he was not a saint, Triple P was definitely at times trying to make the best choices for Philip. But, he was a lot of trolling as well. Let's not pretend he was an angel.
I can't remember who mentioned it on the previous stream of ours, but someone brought up like the comparison with Machinima.
Yeah.
Like on the hat.
Yeah.
So it's like someone there, like Hutch or someone, was working with Phil and trying to get him to do other things. You can just imagine how like petulant he was about it.
Yeah.
Like how obstinate. Like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm fine doing this. Yeah. It's blood from a stone in this situation.
King says, so according to Phil, all bachelor parties are a big circle jerk. Yes. There you go. Guys hanging out with guys. Come on. It's pretty fun. Here we go.
That's gay.
Big Dog says, I am late to this conversation, but is DSP trying to be the poor man's Keemstar? A little bit. He did talk about that with Triple P, actually. We could be a little lolcow live if we keep our storylines not so crazy, though. So just keep the storylines chill, and we could be like lolcow live. Okay? Pretty cool. Silence Day says he basically treated Triple P like John, and history repeats itself. Phil never learned anything from what happened between him and John, and he never learned anything from any relationship ever because he has so few of them, and he treated everyone like the exact same way. What can I get from you? What are you going to give me? You owe me one, and it breaks down at the end, and the other guy's the asshole. So John's the asshole, Triple P's the asshole.
I've done all this for you, and you owe me.
Yep. He did not, in fact, apologize. Morgan Freeman's voice there for Joe. Okay, so let's go through some DMs here to finish up. Oh, wait, no. We did not have a show since Birdgate, guys. We have not had a show since Birdgate. So I will play the bird sound. I know everyone's heard it by now, but I will play the sound. You can come up with your own conclusions here, all right? We don't want to put any ideas in anyone's mind. You will hear a sound here. Listen carefully. Here we go.
I didn't care about the protagonists or any of that. What I wanted to do is I wanted to actually play this game fairly and judge it for its own merits. I've played Assassin's Creed Shadows without caring about all of that controversy and politics and all of that woke stuff that everyone's complaining about. But instead...
So, that was the piece of evidence number 1. That is one piece of evidence, okay? But there is another from a different stream. There was another sound that could be heard. Listen here as well. Sleuths out there. Listen up. Listen here.
So you gotta, you just might have to be tricky trying to find the right one, right? Only one stream tomorrow. Trying to find the right one, right?
After the right, there is another sound.
You're trying to find the right one, right?
So, DSP talked about this in the day after stream. He also said he messed with his mic settings that morning as well. He said this was a kid screaming across the street.
No, it wasn't.
Any prediction from you, Meerkat Mob?
Look, here's my expert opinion as someone who knows absolutely nothing about birds or pets or pretty much nothing whatsoever.
Thank you.
This sounded like a bird to me. And I wouldn't be surprised if they bought some pets, like whatever, like I don't know what kind of bird people even buy, but he probably did get one. But what is pretty shameful to me is those people just stuffing their house with animals, if that is true, when they can't even take care of themselves. Like this guy barely dresses himself up in the morning. Like he would probably put on his fucking pants on his head if it had a hole for his neck. Like that's the level of guy we're talking about.
If you can't, okay, listen. If you can't keep your cat's litter box clean, as Philip has admitted himself, you don't need to stack more animals on top of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Steve of the Dead, please. What is your prediction?
I personally think, and I'm going to propose one that's a bit more left field, that we are being socially experimented again. And what's going on is there's his iPad in the other room set up to play like a video of like a parakeet or something in the background, and then he's going to see what we do with it and see how much of a mess we are.
But the point is, okay, go ahead. You tell get finished first.
Like my point is like it's just the number of lies on top of it that make it suspicious. This would be nothing for anybody else, but because we have not heard anything like this before, and it happens after those DMs leak where he mentions having pets, it seems a bit suspicious. But it's just like, it must be so easy to go, yeah, it's next door neighbors, you know, they've got a bird, or it's one outside, it's one of the woodland critters, a bird's flying past and it's, you know, in the bird feeder or something. But no, we have to go through this whole palaver again because he's in a boy who cried wolf situation, and you just can't take anything he's saying as gospel because he could always be lying. So it could very well be kids outside, but the amount of lies on top of it, we never know for sure.
I just don't know any kids that sound like that. And again, the different day, that same high pitch, like weird sound. I think it is a bird. If he got a bird, he would also lie about the bird, guys. Remember that? If he didn't tell you about it first, he would absolutely lie about the bird. And he did change the mic settings the very next day. The bird shit took off in chat. So it's just all very...
This is exactly what's interesting to me about stuff like this, because I sincerely, genuinely do not care if this guy got pets.
Yeah.
He's just such a weird, suspicious liar about everything that I just want to pay attention and look at him lying about stuff.
Yeah,
And I just want more opportunities for him to lie about stuff.
It'd be so normal for a human being to say, hey guys, we got a bird. It's pretty cool. His name is Petey, and he's in the other room. I can't show you, but he's cool. You might hear him every once in a while, but that's it. And then just move on with your life. But instead, we have to do all this bullshit. Just to what? Lie? Just lie to lie? You know, like what?
It was like one of the like biggest explanations against that lie of having so many pets is like you never heard anything. Pets make noise. Birds would make noise.
Yeah,
and you never hear anything. But now after those have leaked and people are like, "Oh, he's talked about pets here," we get this. Bit coincidental, you know.
And yes, review text. The reaction to review text bird picture becomes a little bit more consequential now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He just to remind you, he said, "Birds are cute. I'd love to have one someday." So yeah, so there we go. Big ups to NWO News, who says the fact that DSP's mindset of friendship immediately jumps to "he wants to fuck me" is very telling. This man is absolutely GAY.
That's gay.
And yeah, Mike Klum would know the situation, but we don't know how much the pet situation has ballooned since Mike Klum was there.
Yeah, that was like last year. That feels like forever ago.
That was January of 2024. So we don't. I mean, they could get a whole nother zoo in there from that time.
So many of them have died and went down the garbage disposal. They've been replaced by new ones.
A new garbage disposal as well.
We'll never forget you, Bugs Bunny. You were a legend. Big up Jeff Joestar. Jeff Joestar says, "Guess I have to cancel my Evo trip with my friends."
That's gay.
Bingo. No Evo trip to France. Get out of here, Jeff Joestar. What are you trying to do? Get laid? Come on. John Bono says, maybe Phil's evoking Eve Sedgwick's concept of homosocial masculine bonding to suggest that there's a libidinal dimension to the libidinal dimension to the Steve, you got to read this one. Lacantian joinsus of partying at Hogan's. Okay, of partying at Hogan's bar. Also, that's gay. Steve, your take?
That's gay.
Possibly, but it seems a bit too 4D chess for him. So
nailed it. Good God knows says you just know that dude's whole house smells like cat litter and dirty gerbil cages. Yes.
Oh
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He admitted himself that Jasper was looking for a place to piss because the kitty litter was not cleaned enough. So, anyway.
He had to chase Jasper around to stop him from going where he shouldn't while Cat cleaned the litter tray. So.
Get him! He's starting to piss! You could just clean it. All right. Anyways, let's get to a few messages, and then we'll finish up with the cherry on top with some band names, okay? So, this one, I know you can't see the whole screen, but just deal with it. Hey, man. So this one is, again, one of the most cringe things I've ever seen. Just want you to know it, okay? So Philip says first, hey, man, so I tried to make the tail end of your show, but it was too late, okay? Wicked-ass costumes and setup. Where did you get that giant-ass digital screen? Okay, it's a good question. Where did you get that giant-ass digital screen? I got the biggest Devoom, so maybe you must know something I don't, LOL. I have no idea what you said about me tonight. I have to get caught up, but I'm sure my detractors will cover it and say you hate my guts, and we all had a falling out. It's the end of DSP as usual. I don't give a fuck. I'm pulling for zombies at my late-night stream tomorrow, and you guys should totally watch it live so we can fuck them hard. Hell yeah. Fuck those detractors. Coming for you, duty.
You should totally watch us live so you can come and give me money. Yeah, that's how we'll felt them.
So Philip then says, Triple P explains where he got his digital squares. And Philip says, that's dope. I'm going to look into it. Hold on.
That's fucking dope.
He then says this line. You have some of the same animations I saw for my frame, but by total chance, we didn't overlap once.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Like, this is... What that means is Philip is watching his animations and noticing that they didn't do the same animations at the same time, and then texting Triple P to let him know that the happenstance of the same animations happening at the same time didn't happen. All right, moving on. He then says about the Halloween thing. Dude, your costumes were so good, I jumped when you came on camera.
A lot of people jumped when you came on camera, Phil.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, this is extremely weird and cringe coming from a guy
Derek
that said...
behavior.
Yes.
It's Derek behavior.
I jumped
when you Derek.
I jumped when you came on camera? What the fuck are you doing, man? And you said this guy's gay for asking you to get beers at a bar? All right, man. Okay. One more thing here. Yeah, your costume didn't even look embarrassing, like the shitty SS body paint people wear to sports games. It's legit was disturbing and shocking and funny as fuck.
Wasn't he just like a pumpkin?
Yeah, he was who knows exactly, but it wasn't embarrassing, guys. It was so cool. It wasn't embarrassing. Next up, we have.
He's comparing it to where people go to football games and they paint in the colors and oh my god.
Philip is too lazy to find out. What did you actually say about me? Just so I know how to handle it tomorrow, unless you know the timestamp. I promise you I'm not going to be offended. This last month has been pretty crazy, and there's nothing that can hurt me. I'm ready for whatever. This is all part of the plan, by the way. Well, actually, no. Triple P snaked him. I can't remember. Next one I wanted to show you here is I love the way that they means us, by the way, detractors and as general as a whole group. I love that they now say I'm spending too much money on my business when it was always that I was blowing all of my cash on mobile games before. Not that I was broke because I had no credit because of my bankruptcy and my wife's medical bills, in addition to the mobile game spending.
How do you say that? How do you write that line?
Guys, you stupid dumbass detractors, listen up. I didn't just spend money on mobile games. I had no money credit because of my bankruptcy and my wife's medical bills. You left that out, duty. Dumb fuck. What the fuck?
But that's also like, if you're bankrupt and your wife is sick, why are you spending money on mobile games? Why are you openly talking about it in such a bragging way?
It goes back to what Adam said.
Yep.
At the end, even if you're that poor, even $1 is too much.
Yes. You know? It's just common sense to most human beings on this planet. If you have to go bankruptcy, one thing you might be able to stop is mobile gaming.
Yeah. And isn't it I guess the people saying that he spent quote unquote too much money on his business makes sense, because does this guy need 2 computers to do what he does?
No. Yeah.
Does he need all the weird other gimmicks? Did he need to buy a new microphone costing multiple hundreds of dollars? This guy that is usually piss poor.
Dude, we now have 2 camera angles. Well, 3 now.
Yeah, 3. You ever think about that? Which now we're doing, which made his setup legitimately. This is just honest, man. The setup looks way worse to the viewer of his content. Pretending you're a real viewer for a second, which I know is tough. It means you have loading screens now. So now it's like, let's start gameplay. Hold on, need to set up. That's every single day. Hold on, guys. Need to set up. Like what? So there, and also he said we don't have time today to go through it, but he did get into his how's he going to fix his situation, about money stuff. And he said he has no money left, by the way. No money left from the whole arc. That's all gone. He said that himself. I have no money left to do anything. Because someone asked about what would you improve next, right? And he said, I have no money left. I can't do anything left. It's all over. That's all gone. And also, he's waiting for the economy to pick up so he can get a refinance. That is our plan right now, is waiting for the economy to turn around, interest rates to go down, and then we can get a refinance on our house, which is, more debt to solve our problems. But there we go.
Well, Mum and Dad aren't dying yet, so we're going to do something else.
Yep.
I'm going to get an inheritance for a while.
One more, and this one is my favorite of the bunch, okay? Now, I don't think I showed this one yet on this show, but this one is my favorite. My favorite. So... So you're doing a lot of rich stuff now, and I can add to that. Oh, mama. I keep talking when I get to watch it a bit. I forget I'm not there live.
Whoa, crazy. No one has ever done that before. No one has watched something and felt like they had something to say about it. It's only professional commentators.
Bearcat. He's saying he talks to his screen while he's watching Kino Casino. Talking to the screen.
I would do that sometimes too. Well, not talk to the screen, but I would
That's
feel
what
like,
he's saying.
if I was live, I would have
Yeah.
stuff to say.
I feel like he's gone beyond a level that's not like, you're watching Kitchen Nightmares and Gordon's like, shut the restaurant down. And you're like, yeah, shut it down, Gordon. Fucking right, yeah. I think it's beyond that.
I think it's beyond this.
I get you.
Yeah,
Everyone
slipping into I'm on the show, I'm part
Everyone's
of the
saying
show.
Meerkat 220 right now, Meerkat. You got a problem. He's saying like,
no.
I think what GSP is saying here is like, yeah, Rich is dumb because he doesn't take care of his family. Yeah, you're right, Triple P. He doesn't take care of his family. I have a real family and I can take care of him. That kind of stuff. Like he thinks he's third chair. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Force of habit. Yeah, go ahead.
I think pretty much none of us can really, pretty much all of us know that he can't really add much to that conversation because what is he gonna say? Rich said this about me, and it's not true because he's stupid and he's fat. That's all he can say. Like anybody can fucking say that.
Yes. And remember my favorite when Andy said while DSP was on their show, they would DM each other saying how fucking soft.
Yeah.
There was my favorite one, I have to say. It's probably not even my favorite, but one of the best ones that I saw after the initial blowout was the one about LolCow Live. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty seething right now.
Yeah. I get that. I'm seething. Yeah, he literally legitimately said I'm seething. Like just saying he's seething himself. You're just kind of seething. Okay, yeah, well, there's many seethings here. I admit I am seething hearing the viewer numbers they pull in. 20,000 live viewers monetized, a lot of cash on YouTube, and I can't understand it.
How can you not understand this, Philip? How can you not understand what you've done to your audience? Do you remember a couple of years ago? Like, they're not even that far. Like, before COVID and before 2020, we were still at, like, many hundreds, close to thousands when we were on Twitch.
Yes.
You know? Like, how far we've fallen.
So, most people do self-soothing maneuvers. Philip does self-seething maneuvers.
Look at this. This is some obsessive girlfriend texting. Look at this. So we have 134, 136, 144, a paragraph, 211.
Yep. It never, dude. There's endless. Sends of links to his own videos. More. Keep watching. I felt it.
He sent them putting up he sent them putting up the foam. Oh my god.
He's giving him shit to. He's telling him stuff to shit on that night.
What did he say? What did he say?
Okay, you want to see it here? Oh, okay, yeah, this one. He says, so this is just a link, by the way. He says, 225.40, and keep watching. Also, if you want to keep watching Friend Request Ridicule, I think a classic moment or two is coming up in that vid, too. I am now at 231, and I felt everyone. Yes, you have rubbed off on me, and I love it.
Oh, my God,
gay.
that is...
That's
Thank you.
I'm back, and I'm not afraid to just be myself, although I can't say the shit I used to.
Then you're not being yourself.
So you're not back and you're not yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, we could go on forever with this. Big ups to Pigpen Lord Dirt says maybe that sound is cat neighing with Tyrone. Oh, that's one theory. Jordan Fadeaway says after the bird dies, DSP sells it to a blind kid. That is in a
Norwegian
movie. What movie is that? Where he buys some Adam Sandler movie, isn't it? Where he gets a bird. So I can't remember. Anyway,
I was thinking of the Monty Python sketch.
Oh, okay, there it is. 8 Armies, Dumb and Dumber, actually. Dumb and Dumber. Felt it, Steve. Felt it.
No, I'm just saying. I knew, but I was thinking of the Monty Python thing.
Okay. I love birds and what one? Yes. I love birds and what one? Well, it appears he did get one. Husky says, I'd like to own one some days. Exactly how this pathological liar would respond to a normal bird conversation when pretending not to have one. Yeah, I'm not against that. Reno Ryan says, cat cleans a litter box and cage. Maybe that's why her health is so bad. People with immune health system issues are advised not to have birds and cats. That's a little bit above my pay grade, but, that's a theory. Okay, let's finish up this amazing show with some band names, shall we? And remember, we are back tomorrow. We will get to messages tomorrow. A lot of fun clips to play about DSPs in the wild. A lot of fun stuff. And Sam will be in the house, confirmed. Sam, tomorrow, confirmed. Uppercase confirmed on that one. So that
he's
should be fun.
He's just finding
tomorrow.
out right now he's going to be here tomorrow.
So that'll be tomorrow. Here we go. So let's get some band names here. And these are all modern ones we haven't talked about yet. So I ate out Panda Raw. Next up, we have will pay for cat to go to Japan alone. Okay, pretty cool. Rambo lover real. Allergic to lesbians real. Frozen style pizzas of snack. That's the Tevin thing. It's the I think that's of something. He used to say that. I love that one. Wife's cancer was not real. There we go.
Oh, nice one.
Light Yagami for wheelchairs. Very good. The anime style one. PSP. Triple P. Gaslit DSP. Success. Two cannons versus one DSP. Hypothetical. Now that's a deep cut, okay? That is a deep cut, but there is a reason for that. So, DSP said on his top haters website to the Cannon Brothers, he said, "Why don't we?" You can't see it. He said to the Cannon Brothers after they banned him from his website for the 18th time, he said, "I'll fight you both at the same time." Whoa. Hell yeah! And also, I want to add one more hilarious point to this. He said here, it takes, you wouldn't have the balls to show up anywhere and confront your enemies like I did at EVO 2002 a while back. You know what that's talking about, right, guys? That's him crying and claiming to be an alcoholic so Jaha didn't beat his ass. That is what DSP is telling you, is confronting your enemies. This is real. This is all real. This is from tophaters.com. I wish I could make up something as funny as this, but I can't. That is, you wouldn't have the balls to show up anywhere and confront your enemies like I did at EVO 2002 a while back.
All the source code in the world won't help you then.
Yeah. All the source code in the world won't help you then. Yep.
We could do Dead Sea Scrolls on like his rivalry with the Cannons.
Yes.
Yep. Like, me.
A few more here. Gout 2 Electric Begaloo. That's pretty good. Try Neopets instead, please. Oh God! Poor dead rabbit reel, blue collar beggar. Get it? $1,500 for eat slop reward. Hot sun, unlike cat sun reel. Okay, that's good. Pizza party at the Burnell Zoo. Let's see. Parrots aren't family real. Okay. Divine Cat Shield upgrade, which I definitely appreciate the Hearthstone Battlegrounds reference there, or many games, but yeah, that's what I thought of it. I don't know how to say this. Now, this one is for Steve of the Dead style jokes. What was the place in Monty Python with the rabbit called? Steve, do you remember?
Oh, the Cave of Cabana or something like that.
Exactly. So we have Care Banog's Real Revenge. Monty Python joke.
Very well done.
Lucky Rabbit's Foot Reel. Exotic Zombie Rabbit Reel. This is an ex-rabbit. Alcoholic judges, addicts, and I want to let you know, guys, I am reading names from the last 2 days only. So those were in the last 2 days alone.
What's the total? Has the total been updated?
The total has not been updated yet, but I know it's in the 4,000s for sure. So we've made it to 4,000 for sure. But anyways, you're all legends, everybody. Thanks so much for chilling. Hope you had a fun day today with us here on That Being Said. Hoskew in the house says, last one here, fade away. Cat's home. I have to go. Let Jasper out explained. There we go. Too long though. And Husky, one more, and big ups to everybody for chilling today. Steve, any final words for people out there? I will put Steve's new video in the chat right now if you haven't seen it. But any final words, everybody?
Yeah, thanks for watching. If you have, hope you enjoy it. If you haven't, it's about it was in February. Phil hurt his neck a bit, bought a pillow, and then couldn't use it for a week. He used it for like 2 or 3 days and then just started falling asleep drunk again, and his neck still hurt. So, best way to treat an injury in your neck: buy a pillow and not use it for a week.
Meerkat Mob, final words, please.
Thanks for watching. Let's get some subs. I'm sorry if I said something stupid. It was somehow a part of a greater abstract plan that doesn't make any sense. That's made to humiliate me and embarrass me.
Yep.
So it was all according to plan. Thanks for watching.
We will leave you with the Misery Merchant's new song because I can't stop listening to it, so I'll make you listen to it as well. Beautiful song. Great job. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Bye.
Peaches in chat.
No.
I'm all fucked up from a year of pain. I'm ready for the worst. I really hope our brief and fun association didn't hurt. I was branded as a living joke, lol, cow, and a meme. Whenever something good happens, it's usually taken away from me. From me, from me, from me, from me. It's weird how my life works. When I try to win, I lose. To think that you are snaking me, I'm completely confused. If you want me to fuck off, it's all good. Just let me know. I was a big YouTuber and I had money to blow. It's incredibly hard for me to trust anyone with my history. It's back to the old Phil, who I actually hate to be. Unless I tell the truth and ruin the whole thing. I got fucking snaked by a lot of people over the years. The world is full of big mouth pussies who only talk then disappear. The worst thing you can do with me is to be dishonest. People will ask why the hell